to it, and it was really good, so...
If Dave Filoni has his hand in this one, that thing will work.
He's royalty. King Tom, the king of all time.
Aggressively tosses this salad.
He looked hard, which he absolutely was.
This dude got a dirty ass dick.
Ring, 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 ring.
Salad.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And money. Got a little Stone Baloney, and I listened to it, and it was really good, so...
If Dave Filoni has his hand in this one, that thing will work.
He's royalty. King Tom, the king of all time.
Aggressively tosses this salad.
He looked hard, which he absolutely was.
This dude got a dirty ass dick.
Ring, 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 ring.
Salad.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And money. That kind of shit with me this week. And money. Got a little Stone Baloney, and I listened to it, and it was really good, so...
New boot goofy. If Dave Filoni has his hand in this one, that thing will work.
He's royalty. King Tom, the king of all time.
No, but we don't need any kind of motivators like that.
Oz says I can be in Star Wars.
Yeah, he went hard to the taint.
I can be in Star Wars. I can be in Star Wars. Oz.
You're talking about the podcast that revolutionized Eat the Booty like groceries.
Aggressively tosses this salad.
He looked hard, which he absolutely was.
Riding on those cosmic waves.
Ring, ring.
I think my mom respects the bit.
I want you to be different from this. Don't tattoo your dick.
Salad.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
We're new boot goofing. Will, I'll pay you $10,000 to come for the weekend and just take a year's worth of foot pics.
Dude, easy money. That's easy money. I would do that for no money.
New boot. To us, he's royalty. King Tom, the king of all time.
Help me. Walter, it was Boba.
I want you to be different from us. Don't tattoo your dick. Tattoo your dick.
Big old kiss on the turkey neck.
That's the spice in the ball.
How's it going, patrons? Listen, you get look at what you get, huh? Now that's sick. I'm just gonna put Martinez through this hole with my pants.
Gonna be wild.
Oz says I can be in Star Wars.
They could also do a second book of Boba Fett, or not take him out of 2 of his own goddamn episodes.
Easy money. Easy money. Easy money.
Ring, 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 ring.
Aggressively builds. We don't build.
You don't build, you don't build, you don't build.
We don't build.
You don't build, you don't build, you don't build.
We don't build.
You don't build, you don't build, you don't build.
That's shithead, bro. New pooping.
Eat the booty like groceries.
Hey there, Hawes and Will.
What is up, Hawes and Will?
Hello there, Hawes and Will.
What's up, Hawes and Will?
Hey guys.
Y'all got something to say about Greedo? Guess what? McClunky. McClunky is what I have.
George Lucas got that dog in him.
Will, you are getting me fired up.
Get that money, Daisy Ridley. Get that money, Daisy.
Turn it up and rip off the knob.
So good and so tasty.
Hand in hand with the jam.
Oh, if I ever see him in person, I'm gonna go.
The jam. Hand.
Oh, it's so good.
How good is it?
Hand.
Tasty and delicious.
The jam.
We ain't stopping. You ain't gonna see us stopping. That one maybe needs a little work, right? That was.
I'm dying.
Something where he can be wild.
Wild. Positive. Remember? New era. I'm the positive goblin. I am a samurai,
beast.
Will. Positive
I know.
Boy. Ooh. Will.
The tale of a bounty hunter, so fierce and so rare, with Mandalorian armor. His name filled the air, the book of Boba Fett. It told his grand tale, but 2 whole episodes his absence did derail. In the heart of the story, where his legend should shine, he was nowhere inside, it just wasn't right. Fans waited for moments to see him on the screen, but all they got was disappointment. Oh, what a scene. Oh, Boba Fett, a legend so strong and so bold, but they left you behind. Out in the cold, we wanted your presence, your story unfold, but instead we got something we were never told.
In a world of pipes, there's one that's so unique. It's got a funny name, but let me speak. It's the butthole pee-hole pipe. It's one of a kind. It's gonna make you wanna dance and unwind. It's got a sleek design with colors so bright you won't believe your eyes. It's a pure delight, the butthole pee-hole. It's such a funny word, but it's the best pipe that you've ever heard. You can smoke your herbs or use it for a drink. The butthole pee-hole pipe, it's in sync with the modern world. It's got all the tech. It's the pipe that's gonna make you go heck. Oh, my buddy and boy, he needs to watch the Genesis Evangelion. Oh, my buddy and boy, he needs to start with the first 24 episodes on Netflix and then stop. Oh, my buddy and boy needs to watch the end of Evangelion on Netflix and then stop. Oh, my buddy Aaron boy, then he needs to watch the end of Evangelion on Netflix and then stop. Oh, my buddy, then watch the end and stop.
for my ally is the Force, and the powerful ally it is. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous means, though, not this crude method. You must feel the Force around you. Here, between you, me, I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Don't know the power of the dark side. The Jedi are dead!
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
I got a bad feeling about this.
The Last Jedi.
Welcome to episode 510 years of Blue Harvest. I'm Halls Burkhart.
And I'm Will Witten.
Oh, buddy. Whew. How's it going?
It's going all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I am so glad to see you up in your space.
Yep.
I was trying to talk to you and our first special guest we have lined up while we were backstage, but I forgot that you guys can't hear me. So I was like waving and fucking.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So, buddy, we've got. Oh, my God. What did I do? There's going to be. I'm going to fuck up something. We have some shit to talk about for 500. We got brand new episodes of Andor. I'm assuming you got a chance to check those out, my dude.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, do me a favor. You see down on your little bar down at the bottom, click on settings and make sure your mic is not your headphones, if you don't mind, buddy.
Audio.
Yeah.
And it says my mic's right.
Yeah, it sounds better now. I think maybe it just messed up for a second.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about Andor. There's some other little things, and I have, frankly, what may end up being my last soda report on Dex. So,
what?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I make it through this particular soda report. I just want to highlight a couple messages in chat. People have been popping off in there. We got Alabaster Bindo 500. Congrats, boys. We have Joshy Poo. Let's go. Thank you, Joshy Poo. You know Carl Fox is always going to hit us with the Hail State, and congrats on 500. We have Araj, 500, 10 years. Congrats. And we have Brittany Brown, amazing intro, amazing beards. Thank you.
Thank you.
More than anything for the beards. So, buddy, I have sent out invitation links to a few of our friends. I couldn't send everything Why I didn't think of it until this morning, where I was like, oh, we got a bunch of friends that podcast. I should send out some invitations if they want to stop by. So before we crack the first soda of episode 500 Soda Report, let's welcome to episode 500 our good pal. Some call him a Star Wars prophet. The king of all Toms, King Tom Chansky. What's up, buddy?
Hey, fellas, I didn't realize I was going to be first. I'm so happy to be here and really proud of you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
So thank you for having Will. It's great to see you, and Hawes.
Good to see you, my man.
Thank you.
So, Tom, first off, the both of us just want to thank you for being such a big part of the show over the years.
Right.
It is the biggest benefit of doing this for as long as we have is making friendships with such amazing people like yourself and all of our other friends. So thanks for that, buddy.
No,
we really appreciate
you guys, the best podcasts are ones done by friends talk about things they love. And I feel, and I'm sure a lot of our friends in chat and listening later feel that we feel so lucky that the two of you let us in on your friendship and that you share your thoughts. So thank you. And it's just so great to have you guys every week. So thanks.
It wouldn't be Blue Harvest without gentlemen like yourself, participating in the fun.
Yeah, I could not agree more. So, buddy, since the theme of the episode is the 3 new episodes of Andor, what are King Tom's early thoughts? I ain't trying to take any content away from the Sith list, by the way, which King Tom is part of. I like to call him the Slipknot of pop culture podcasting, just because there's so many members, right? And they
it's a diverse crew.
Yeah, they have an integral role in the proceedings.
I don't think we'd be offended by that. I hope not. No, I this season it just keeps building and building. And there's so much intensity behind every episode, and we know where it's ending. We know what it's leading to. But like a lot of the other shows, Star Wars and non-Star Wars things, we don't know what's going to happen in between, and we guess at a lot of things. And I know Hawes, in your Patreon show, you were talking about the Gorman Massacre, and we thought it was one thing. It is that one thing, but it's also this other thing now too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Will, just to catch you up, buddy, I was a little confused because they start talking about the Tarkin massacre in these episodes, right?
Right.
And talking about how Tarkin basically just came and parked his car on a bunch of people, right?
He wanted to land, and there was a bunch of people like, no, you're not going to land here. And he said, squish.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And what was weird to me is when they started talking about that, something in my brain was like, but I thought that's what happened during the Gorman massacre. It is, but back in Legends, right? So now they've kind of separated the Gorman massacre from the Tarkin massacre, right? So, oh no, how do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
I
thought I got the hook.
No, we would never. Oh, here's neat. Here's something that's neat. Rick says, fun fact, King Tom's first guest appearance on the show was way back on episode 87.
Oh, wow.
Rick has become our Blue Harvest historian.
He sure has. 413 episodes ago, not even 2 years into the show. Dang, that's a long time ago, buddy.
That was my first podcast guest appearance ever. I was nervous as hell.
For real?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Well, listen, we got an eye for talent around here most of the time.
Yeah.
Every now and then, some dude who does farming in a rural location shows up.
Hey, I made sure my chair was oiled up today.
Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. So, King Tom, quick question for you: is there, and not to put you on the spot, is there a particular dumb bit or ongoing joke that sort of stands out as a favorite of yours from Blue Harvest?
There are no dumb bits.
Oh, yeah, buddy, it's fine.
There are lots of them.
I mean, I wasn't... I like Rick, I went back and I listened a while back to from number one, and I think you guys had stopped doing the lightning dick by the time I started listening. I love that. There was one little running joke that for a little bit, the little man in the fridge. I loved the little man in the fridge.
That is a no Star Wars news bit. That came out of not having shit to talk about one week.
And I was thinking if Luthen ever needs another way to get at Krennic, he could just stick a little man in his fridge and record
like a little Meeber Gascon or something.
Right.
Type guy.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I have just so many, and obviously, the Kitty.
Oh yeah.
Stuff with that it started with our friend Joe. May he be at peace wherever he is. But it started back and forth with emails between him and I. And, I saw Revenge of the Sith. By the way, I think it was great that Lucasfilm re-released that to commemorate your 10th anniversary. But I saw Revenge of the Sith in the theater with my son on Sunday. And, at least one person was heard cheering when Ki-Adi-Mundi was gunned down.
And that was you.
That was me.
That's funny. Oh, man. So, buddy, what do you think? All right, we have a rare opportunity here to speak to a real oracle of Star Wars, right?
Uh-oh.
We got 6 more episodes of Andor left. What do you think? What do you think we're going to be seeing? Any King Tom predictions?
I think we have to see the rebellion form up into more of an actual army. And I think they planted Rick, I really hope you're not listening now, but I think they planted Benjamin Bratt to kind of distract from the fact that he's going to be in it more in the next series of episodes.
Yeah.
That's kind of a given. I'm trying to think of like something spectacular where I can be, totally wrong, and be okay. But I think Mon Mothma is going to be the one to kill Luthen.
Oh,
or at least order his death.
Oh, and she's going to say, "Isn't that nice for you?"
I don't want to see him go. I love the character, but
I do too. But I do feel like, personally, I feel like these episodes have started to sort of subtly try to get the audience to turn a little bit on him. Right? Yeah. Like how he's playing Cassian and Bix against each other, and Vel and Cinta.
Right.
So
I have this feeling like the only people that have to make it to the end are, Cassidy and Mon Mothma. Everyone else might eat it horribly along the way.
Mm-hmm. Saw.
And so,
Saw. But Saw's on that galaxy gas. He's doing whippets.
Yep.
That's crazy too. And he doesn't have he's not all the way messed up yet, right? Like he's still got some.
I feel like
we coming that we're gonna probably see.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's because he's been huffing gas.
I mean, I'm sure.
Maybe that, this whole time that mask he has in Rogue One, I thought it was an oxygen mask. It might be.
Maybe it's not.
It's like that mask they put on you at the dentist. So, King Tom, buddy, again, thank you so much for being part of the Blue Harvest family, Moisture Farmer family. It wouldn't be the same without you, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Can't wait for the next 500, fellas.
Right.
Hey, man, we'll do it as long as there's stuff to do it about. And if not, we'll just become a full-on soda podcast, I guess.
Hey.
I'm good with that.
All right, buddy. Well, we're not going to keep you too long. Okay. We're going to let you go. But again, thanks for everything.
Thank you.
You guys should absolutely be listening to the Sith List if you haven't already.
It's true.
Every single one of those dudes are great. Struthers. I'm just kidding. Struthers is great.
Struthers.
So, King Tom, we love you, buddy. And thanks for everything.
Guys too.
And thanks for coming by.
Thanks a lot.
All righty. So, buddy, we have a very interesting opportunity here where I have I have 3 sodas on deck for Soda Report.
Ooh.
We might space them out. I might need to.
Yeah.
But we have an interesting opportunity to have the person who gifted one of the Soda Report Sody Pops on the show. So the first soda up for 500 Sody Report is Stang, the world's most sour soda. And it's keying out because it looks like something that would fuel a starship in Star Wars.
It's like blue.
It is electric blue. So because Jess Smith gifted us this amazing little bumper, I think there's only one thing we can do to introduce Soda Report for 500.
Hey. my goodness.
That's right. So, who gifted this soda, the world's most sour soda, from the Canto Bite Dispatch? It's our good friend, Emily Lind.
Hi, guys.
Hey. How's it going?
I'm so excited to be watching 500, and I get to watch Soda Report. That's very exciting.
I imagine you and Kevin are in the depths of preparing for the wedding, correct?
Yeah, it's 1 month to go, but actually, he is coming this weekend so we can do the legal bit.
Right, yep.
Because we're getting married out of state, we have to do the legal thing here. And yeah, so as of Saturday, I'll be officially married.
That is
congratulations.
Awesome. Congrats to you guys. So, Emily, if you don't mind, I'm going to crack this open and try it. I can't guarantee I'm going to finish this one. I actually had to get a bottle opener for this one.
Oh my God.
That's how you know it's good.
How
disappointing is it going to be if it's just sour
not
patch sour?
Yeah, if it's not sour at all. You know what's weird is it smells like a blue Sour Patch Kids. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Ooh, it's powerful. Right off the bat, it's powerful.
Let's go pause.
Oh, it's got him puckered up.
Oh, it made my eyes immediately water. It's so sour.
Whoa. Have you ever had anything that sour? No.
Mm-mm. I did there was this, when they were doing the hot chip challenge, there was a sour candy challenge you could get, and I did that on stream, and it was fine. This is a different beast. I'm going in for one more. Oh, I started puckering just thinking about it. My hands are shaking. It's not as bad the second. Oh.
Late hits. Can you is it closest compared to a Sour Patch Kid?
It's more sour than that. It has no, it's weird. It's blue raspberry flavor. There is no other flavor to it besides full frontal sour assault.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't drink anymore. That can't be good for your tummy.
Yeah, that one, that is sour. That is the most sour. I'll take lemon juice to the dome and it doesn't bother me. That's the most sour thing I've ever had in my life. Woo! Woo! One more. I'm fine now. Why does it hit me later? There's some dark magic behind that. Sith cloning or something. I don't know. Whatever Charlie from Lost said in that one Star Wars movie. All right, I got to get my shit together. Emily.
Yeah.
How'd you like the latest 3 episodes of Andor?
I have only seen the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to get on early. So I could hop off when I did have to mute when you're talking to King Tom a little bit earlier, but
it's fair. How did you like the first 3?
I mean, this show is just next level. And I mean, when in the first episode I get 20 minutes of Krennic being a weirdo.
The hand acting. The best hand acting in the game.
The little industrial video.
And
you could just see him in his head planning out how long to let that play.
Oh, and yeah, the man knows how to make an entrance.
I'm fairly certain lying about his multiple meetings with the Emperor, but...
Oh, you think so?
I think at least definitely playing that up.
Okay.
I think his job is important enough that he probably has had a meeting with him. But he's not hanging out with the Emperor.
So he's above the old fella, though, right? That's part of the ISB crew, the one that was such a big, was in the first season a lot.
Dedra's
the one that's
boss.
Yeah, Dedra's boss. Is Krennic above him? He is, right?
I think so, but there also seem to be in like separate departments, so it's hard to know exactly. But he was able to like call him to a meeting.
Yes,
A
that
super
is true.
secret clearance meeting.
Hey, I don't know how I feel about this place being famous because they got giant spiders that make clothes. I'm not on the Empire side by any means, but
You would never wear the spider weave clothes.
I mean, if you didn't tell me, I mean, yeah, if there's not spiders in it, yeah, I would wear it, but I ain't going to visit ever.
No Spider Planet.
Nope. So Emily, do you have any sort of predictions for the rest of Andor?
I mean, other than obviously a whole lot of people are going to die. But I think what we all have to prepare ourselves for is who Cassian is at the beginning of Rogue One. Because so far the Cassian we have has sort of been like closer to the Cassian we get near the end.
Exactly.
Of Rogue One. So he needs to be at a place where he can murder an ally in cold blood. Which means some real bad stuff's going to happen. And it's going to be super sad.
I agree. I think there's going to be some dark stuff coming up for Cassian to get him in that spot. The question I have about it is there, for most of these characters, because it's a tough spot, right? Because we're watching this show, and this show presents most of these characters being very important to the early rebellion, right? And I get it, these were made after the original trilogy, but I don't know how a guy like Luthen does make it through this series, because he seems like, how is he not involved in anything else? Unless it's all behind the scenes,
I have a really dark theory, which is, look, I haven't seen this week's episodes, but we know he is very strategic.
Yes.
And I think it could be possible that he knows or has like a warning of what's going to go down on Gorman and doesn't stop it because he knows it will galvanize people. And that, I think, could lead to Cassian or Mon or somebody killing him.
I think you might be onto something there for sure. So, do you have any, I don't know if you heard us asking King Tom this, do you have any dumb bit or dumb joke, ongoing joke from Blue Harvest?
This might be recency bias, but I love Positive Goblin.
Okay. That one's...
I love Positive Goblin too.
Yeah, that one's... I was about to say that. I saw Will's face because he really likes that one too.
I do.
So, Emily, like we were saying to King Tom, one of the coolest things about this has been able to make friends with so many awesome people. And I consider you and Brittany right at the top of that list. You guys are amazing. I'm so glad that I get to count you guys friends. So thankful to Steele, because there's this melding of like, he was kind of like, for lack of a better term, the Luthen that melded these two small communities of Star Wars podcast folks into one. And now we're all buddies, and we hang out and we talk and see each other at celebrations. So
it's really annoying that I have to be so thankful to Steele.
I know, right?
I wouldn't have my best friend. I wouldn't have my fiance. It's just it's really galling.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Brittany said, "Love you all."
Aww.
Love you too, Brittany. And my mom. Thank you, but she said,
B.
I'm so glad to see both of you since you never come to see me. Congrats on your 500th episode. Mom, I'm going to see you in like 2 weeks. As soon as you guys get back from your fancy tropical vacation, I'm going to see you guys.
I love that even Will gets like the scolding from Mom.
Oh, Mom, listen, there's no doubt
that I don't bring to see her.
That's what I was about to say. I have no doubt that my mom loves me very much, but my mom might want to see Will just a tiny bit more than she wants to. She's seen me more recently, you know? And yeah, she's like, I need to see that baby. Will, you better bring me see that baby. My mom loves babies. So, well, Emily, I'm not going to keep you because I don't want you to get spoiled on anything Andor, but I do appreciate you come by, and thank you for the SOTY report.
I'm glad it didn't kill you.
There's still one on deck that might.
Oh, I wonder what that combination is like.
Let's see. I might be calling out to work tomorrow. But everybody, you guys should be listening to the Canto Bight Dispatch. It's delightful. It's lovely. Emily and Brittany are the best. And they, again, full endorsement from Blue Harvest. You guys should be listening to them.
They're always so involved, you know, with our community and our podcast. And that just makes me really grateful that they're, you know, such good friends. Such good Star Wars friends, and so I don't know, so involved, and that's really incredible.
Buddy, I got 2 years of constantly pressuring you to make it the Star Wars celebration with me in 2 years. So I'm gonna be pressuring you so you can hang out with all these folks. You've gotten to meet some of them, but you haven't gotten to meet everybody.
Yeah. Not as much as I would like.
Thanks for stopping by. And,
all right, thank you guys.
Let us know what you think of the new episodes of Andor when you get a chance to watch them.
All right, will do. Congrats again.
Bye. Thank you. Buddy, I'm going to say that I need to move on to the next soda report.
just to cleanse the palate.
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like I ate a whole package of gummies. I'm so thirsty from that last one.
You got the battery acid mouth.
I do. So... I mean, I don't know. Why not? Fucking let's play it again.
My goodness.
All righty. So, let's see. Let's catch up on chat just a little bit. King Tom said, "Oh, that face." I'm assuming that was me when I was drinking the soda. Rick said, "Tap out, homie, tap out." Sam Govin, our buddy Sam, he said, "Hey everyone, happy 500th episode. Congrats, buddies. Just left seeing Revenge of the Sith, and this was the next best thing to log on to." Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Brittany says, "Oh my God, Will needs to come to LA, I believe." And my mom wants to know what you're drinking, Will.
I have tea.
Tea report!
Yeah.
I could tell when we were waiting while the intro was playing, I saw you. I was like, that man's drinking tea, and he's drinking tea out of a sick little cup, too.
Yep. I like my little teacup. Sometimes I have, you know, I made a trip to the Asian store to get me some teacups, and I got the two different sizes. I got the middle-sized one that doesn't have the little hook on it, and then I got the tiny ones. And I tried them both out. You know, I'm like, let's see what this drinking.
Yeah, let's run and see how they play, right? Yeah.
And so the beauty of drinking out of the small cup is that it cools off faster. You are able to honestly enjoy your tea more quickly, because you haven't poured yourself a giant mug of tea and you're trying to let that bitch
Mustafar hot.
Right. So it is honestly really handy and really nice because you can kind of control the temperature to where it's that perfect hot enough to drink, but not too hot to scorch your face off.
Buddy, there was a Celebration Japan set with, like, I think you could use it for either tea or sake, but it's like the bottle and the little cups.
You sent me a picture of that. Yeah, it was incredible.
I've been stalking it on eBay, just waiting for someone to get desperate enough to drop the price a little bit. Billy, as we call him on the stream, Billy the Late Night Worm, said, "Congrats on 500. That's a crazy amount of episodes." Thanks, buddy. So, buddy, next soda up. This one comes from Lauren Prim. It's another international soda report. It is Fentiman's Curiosity Cola. I'm a curious guy.
That's quite a name.
Right?
Fentiman's.
So, you know me. I like to to jump in. Oh, I have a real fancy soda report from a real fancy actress for you in a second, Will. I'm glad I remember this. So, Fentimans Curiosity Cola is a botanically brewed carbonated cola soft drink, a product of British brewery Fentimans. I'm probably not saying that right. It's used carbonated water, fermented ginger root extract, pear juice concentrate, ginger root, caramel, caffeine. So I'm going in for it, buddy.
I'm hearing ginger and ginger.
And
with some ginger.
I have a feeling this one might kind of taste like medicine.
It may taste like ginger beer.
It might.
Which is kind of pleasant.
It smells like... It smells a little medicine-y, a little medicinal.
And something that's in a lot of the European sodas is the black currant. So I wonder if they snuck some black currant in there.
You know, honestly, it kind of tastes like a flat root beer. It's not super carbonated. When you compare it to other sodas, you know what I mean?
Is it in a glass bottle or was it in a plastic?
It's in a glass.
Glass.
Yeah. This one is good. It does have an aftertaste of cough medicine to it, though. That just kind of snuck up on me. Now, you also have to take my review of this soda lightly, considering I just drank battery acid. Blue raspberry battery acid. Now, this one, though, like...
herbal medicine for your tummy.
This one, if this bad bitch is like that face I made, this motherfucker, this one's just pleasant. And it is quite nice to... I don't feel so thirsty anymore. Oh my God. This is the kind of information that I fucking need out here. Rick said, fun fact, the first soda he mentioned on the show was from Johnny Grosso, and it was Dr. Brown's cream soda. Rick, and then Billy the Worm said, Rick, that's a very strange thing to be aware of. I do agree. Rick was taking notes. He wasn't just passively listening. We call that active listening.
Rick has a Excel spreadsheet open to like when things are mentioned, and they go right into the spreadsheet.
And then Plows Bro says, Rick out there being our Blue Harvest scholar like Jocasta knew in the Jedi archives of the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
And Joshy Poo says, it's a very cool thing. Chris VOA Box, who always stops by the stream, says, hey. And Rick said, I took notes. There's a question in there that I don't want to show until unless Rick has the answer for it. So, buddy, before we jump into because I want to keep Antor, mostly to its own session there, or section. Humana. So there's a little bit of Star Wars unfortunate news. So the Respawn team that makes the Jedi games. They make Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor.
I saw this today.
Yeah. Which by all accounts have been very successful. Honestly, probably the best reviewed and probably financially successful games that have been released in modern Star Wars. That's tough to say because I think Battlefront 2 actually sold a ton of copies. Relatively. But so this week EA announced, or Respawn specifically, which is under EA, announced a round of layoffs at their studios affecting 300 people, some of which are from the Jedi team, which are undoubtedly in the middle of making the next game. Right?
Right.
And this is by far not the first of these layoffs that's happened this year or last year or the year before. The video game industry has been going through some heavy layoffs, right? But then what's even more frustrating is it's laying people off who have been we're not talking about a studio who put a bunch of money into a game, released it, and then the game wasn't successful. That sucks when those people get laid off too. I'm not saying that they don't, but this isn't even one of those. This is a successful team that had
It's
layoffs.
not a poorly performing piece of property or is something that was made poorly, right? Like none of it is performance related.
Oh,
I saw that
look, hold on. Billy said Jeff Grubb says it's probably closer to 1,000. Now, is that across Respawn or all of EA? Right? That's my question. I don't know. I'm not
the Titanfall game. They were making an extraction shooter in the Titanfall universe, and that got axed as well because of this round of layoffs.
There was this series of rumors going around that there was a Titanfall 3 in development, right? And what I've been trying to figure out is, was Titanfall 3 the extraction shooter, or was there an extraction shooter and Titanfall 3? Because supposedly both were canceled.
I mean, it's sad either way.
Or if they're too different.
Right. What I was reading in the article made it seem like that project wasn't Titanfall 3.
Okay, then that's
but I don't,
potentially
it wasn't. That was speculation in the article. That wasn't definitive.
Well, yeah, because they don't come out and say we canceled Titanfall 3 because they had never even announced it, right?
I mean, I find it interesting that Respawn has been making games within a Titanfall universe that don't have mechs in them, right? Like
like Apex Legends.
Yeah, you make Apex Legends and you don't have.
It's
any
in the same universe, but it doesn't feel super connected. And I say this as someone who thinks the campaign for Titanfall 2 is one of the best first-person shooter campaigns that's ever been made. It's an incredible game, right? Mm-hmm. It's just, they're super successful, it seems, and then they still get layoffs. And then what's even more frustrating, right, is you read that the CEO of EA, made like $25 million last year was his salary.
I know. America has a CEO compensation problem.
Well, among a few things, but it's just frustrating that even if you are in that industry and your studio is successful, that doesn't ensure your job there. And people because all these studios are spread out everywhere. When you read stories about people that get laid off from these companies, sometimes the next job they may take is across the country. And they may move there for that job and be laid off from another video game company if they can find a role somewhere. It sucks. There's some things that need to be going on.
I cannot imagine that this one man's value to the company is worth $25 million compared to all the people and hard work that just got laid off. That equation is not balancing.
So this is another thing. That's that 25 million is because he hit his bonus targets, right? Meaning he made the company enough money, so much money that they gave him bonuses on top of his salary. Again,
the way you do
that's
that,
successful. Right, it's the cut headcount, which is
it's fucked up.
It is fucked up. So, there's no indications that the third Jedi game is in danger or anything. It just sucks that in the middle of working on this next game, something like a bunch of people got fired from.
Talk about a rug pull.
Well, buddy, I think I'm about to do a bit of a self-rug pull because I want to wrap up this last soda report.
Okay.
Fuck it, let's play it again, buddy.
My goodness.
All right, buddy.
A couple of things I love about the Soda Report intro. I love the little Steve Harvey that pops up.
Uh-huh.
And I like that this was pulled, I guess, from an episode where I said, "Oh my!" Like right.
Yeah, that's why I love the video version
good.
of the Soda Report thing is because it's you go, "Oh my!" I think it might have been from when I first played the Soda Report jingle for you.
I remember specifically enjoying how much it hit. I was like, "This shit slaps."
Right. So I want to. All credit goes out to King Tom because I do want to shout out Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma. She did a bit of a Soda Report for us. So in an interview where she was talking about the dance scene in episode 3 where she was taking the shots, she goes, we were playing that Neomos track. That's what we were all dancing to again during the fervent hysteria of the day. The shots I were drinking were this Scottish drink, like a soft drink, called Iron Brew. It looks radioactive. And I remember halfway through the day going, how many more of these do I have to drink, lads? Because I might explode.
That's super endearing.
That's a classy lady Soda Report. You get me on a movie set and be like, what you got to do is drink soda all day. I was born to play this role and the role of a lifetime. So, buddy, I am a little nervous here. So this last soda comes from another friend of the podcast. It's our buddy Aaron Boyd. You know the one.
Mm-hmm. He needs.
My buddy Aaron Boyd.
Can I give you a little peek behind the scenes there, Will?
No, please.
So I was working on I was working on an edit to that song where I took different scenes from Evangelion and put them all together, like a little music video. And I came downstairs last night to finish it up and export it, and the file was corrupted. And this was a lot of work I had put into it, right? So I was like, well, I don't have time to redo it all. So that was literally just the opening credits where someone had gone in and taken out the actual credits. It's just the animation. And I just slapped that together like 20 minutes before we started.
Man, I'm sorry. I bet that was a bunch of work.
Oh, it's all good. Oh, check it out. Noah's in chat. He said happy 500. Aaron said I should actually watch it now. Nice video, Hoss. Thanks, you buddy.
Interesting that I had never noticed this before, but it's an alchemical. There's an alchemical tree of life, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's all in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Anyways, buddy, I was sent something, and this is by far the most Star Wars related of all Soda Reports we've ever done.
Oh boy.
I hold in my hands a relic of the past.
Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Something that was everywhere 26 years ago. Aaron Boyd sent me a steel unopened Phantom Menace. It's going to key out because it's a green can, but Phantom Menace Mountain Dew. Hold on, I could probably just turn off the background for a second. Can I do that? I could do that. None. Now it's just me in my basement, unopened Mountain Dew from 1999. It's the Darth Maul can.
Oh, Darth Maul Dew. I have vivid memories of drinking Darth Maul Dew.
Me too. I remember looking for Yoda cans. I remember drinking Star Wars Pepsis. And he sent me a message and he was like, hey man, if I sent you an unopened episode 1 Mountain Dew, would you drink it for Soda Report? And I was like, well, let me see if it's dangerous. So I did look it up, and it's apparently not dangerous if there's no holes in the cans, it's not leaking. It's not going to be good, but it's not going to be dangerous.
I'm curious as to the color of the liquid.
I am too. And I'm glad you brought that up, buddy, because I brought a glass to decant it in. Because I ain't drinking that straight from the fucking...
That's smart.
Straight from the can. Now, if I open this and like mold comes out, I'm pulling the ripcord.
Chunky, yeah, I would.
Yeah, if it's chunky, but it sounds it doesn't sound right, right? Like, that's a lot of movement for a soda. Could you hear it sloshing around?
I heard that.
So clearly the carbonation has expired. I imagine it's going to be flatter than hell. It is not diet. Who asked if it was diet? Oh, Eric Strothers. Oh, no. Look. King Tom said, in nomine Patri et Filii Spiritus Sancti. He knows I like doing that bit. Rick said, Vader voice, no. Oh, no. Turbo said, check the ingredients for preservatives.
I guarantee there's preservatives. High fructose corn syrup itself is probably the mother of preservatives.
Eric Strother said, this is like the trick Daffy Duck would do where it was the last thing he could ever do. Emily said, thinking of that Krennic chocolate milk I have and how scared I am of it bursting. So, it feels wrong opening it. As a Star Wars collector guy,
I'm fascinated and scared at the same time. I hope after you taste it, you better wash it down with some of the battery acid sour stuff and the medicinal.
That'll kill. This will kill. This shit, this bad bitch right here will kill anything.
The amount of acid in that thing.
It's the antidote, like the beginning of Temple of Doom. All right. It smells surprisingly like Mountain Dew.
Citrusy?
Yeah, and okay, so like, when you break the tab on the soda, you can see the tab down in the water. There's bubbles up against it. So let's go in. This will begin to make things. Oh,
that's pea colored, my man.
Mia.
Not even a good pea. You got blood in your pee.
I'm gonna have to turn out the drink.
Kidneys.
That is piss, baby.
Yeah.
Look at this. It is.
Is it separated?
No, that's a weird light thing. I think you're seeing because I got this.
It's just
you gave me this glass. By the way.
Yeah.
It's that's Boba's visor that's making it look separated.
I see that now, yeah.
All right, I'm going to pour a little more.
Pour me a little bit of a full glass of that.
Oh, no.
That 26-year-old Mountain Dew.
Phil said, hell yeah, Kings of Star Wars, congrats on 500. Y'all have been a constant in my life for nearly the last decade. Here's to 10 more.
Oh, well, thank you, Philip. Here's to 10 more. That's
Bennett said, oh no, that can't be good.
He's right.
Aaron Boyd said, normal color, let's go.
Yeah, we're close. We're close to the normal color.
Noah said, urine is sterile, right? Eric Strothers said, Halls will be for sure after this. Our buddy Jeff, one of the best mods in the game. An amazing friend, Jeff Ling. I've known this dude for fucking over 20 years. He says, chug it, no balls. All right. Jeff was our first guest ever on. Speaking of 500 episodes of Blue
I remember that episode sitting at your table.
I did too. Look at us. Look at the come up we had.
Look at us now.
Look at us now. I'm about to drink.
Jeff was there for the one and only time we were ever invited to a sci-fi convention.
He sure was. He ran tech for us and recorded the episodes.
He sure did.
I don't really have a spit. I got an empty Taco Bell cup. That'll work.
That's in dire need.
I'm just sitting here stalling.
Looking the close enough color that I think you'll be all right. I mean, honestly, it's sugar and water.
I'll be honest with you, buddy. There's still bubbles, which is interesting. I was expecting it to be completely flat.
Then yeah, it's not completely flat.
I'm gonna do like a wine tasting.
Mm-hmm. The nose.
I'm getting hints of aluminum can, and
that was my question.
Liquefied
most food once it goes stale just kind of tastes like cardboard, and you assume that's it absorbing the flavor of the packaging over time, the staleness. I was wondering if this Mountain Dew would have a stale aluminum-y.
Is that what does food really absorb the taste of cardboard?
I don't know that, but that, when you, I
stalling.
find when
I'm
I
gonna
try
continue
things
to-
that are stale and outdated, like the flavor that I get most is like cardboard.
It smells a little bit like a when you go into like a really clean gas station where the fucking bathroom is very clean, but it smells like there was chemical warfare in there. There's so much bleach and shit. It kind of smells like that. Truck stop bathroom. All right, here we go. Oh no, Sal, buddy, if you're still in Japan, I love you, Sal. Thank you so much for being such a good friend, but you got better things to do. All right, here we go. I can't. My hands are shaking.
Uh-oh. There's immediate abort.
Have you ever bitten a piece of aluminum foil?
I have chewed on a gum wrapper.
That was something.
Straight aluminium, eh?
That was bad.
I love that you spit it out. Just because that's the smartest thing you could do right now.
Well, I'm telling you, it doesn't feel safe to swallow.
That's Jesus.
I didn't know of any way else to put it. That's the only way I could put it. Will.
I know.
It did not
And
seem safe to swallow.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Power of the sour.
Hey, Sal. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send you a link to hang out, Sal, if you want to stop by the stream. I just thought you were still in Japan, so I wasn't gonna be like, hey, come be on the podcast. That shit is sour though. But better, I would chug the rest of this before I'd ever swallow any of that vintage Mountain Dew.
Man, that's so reassuring to hear. From my man that's willing to be the snack for tigers. It's good to know that you're not going to be taken out by a 25-year-old soda.
Did you just throw some shade on the fact that I'm going to be able to be friends with a tiger one day?
No shade.
I think that might have been a little shade, my dude.
I just seasoned you for him.
Seasoned me for him. A little salt.
A little salt.
A little pepper. It doesn't taste anything like Mountain Dew anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's not even a hint of Mountain Dew to that.
No sweetness nor citrusy.
It feels more solid or thick than it should, if that makes sense.
I mean, it does.
Is that because maybe some of it evaporated?
That's what I would guess. I would guess there was like some sort of gas exchange between the air and the carbon in there.
That's an episode 500 Sody report, though.
Whew.
Can't say we don't go hard.
Big balls McGee over there.
All right, buddy. So we're going to play it one more time just because we never have the chance to play the video version. So boom.
My goodness.
Oh, man.
And for any of you that might have missed it, there's a little Kia D on that blue can. On the soda, the Blue Harvest soda.
We got to figure out, we got to get big enough so we can have a soda. You know what I mean?
You know what? We should try to get a booth at 2027 celebration. And at the booth, we should bring custom soda, Blue Harvest sodas, sell them at the booth.
So if we were to execute on that plan, would you say that like, oh shit, we're doing that, I'm definitely going to go to Celebration?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking into it then.
I get
find a
blue
cannery.
jean vests with Blue Harvest on the.
Well, I don't know. Do we need to go that hard?
Sometimes you got to go hard in the paint.
That's fair. So, buddy, I figure we should maybe actually talk about Andor a little bit.
Let's do that. I'm itching to talk about it because it was. I was surprised. I know we may had talked about it before, but the 3-episode dump followed by another 3-episode dump was surprising for me. That was odd in a lot of Star Wars. Not complaining in any way. The best way to consume it, in fact. But it was a lot of Star Wars over the course of 2 weeks.
I don't like it. Right? I'm not the biggest fan of 3 episodes. Like, for the first week, fuck yeah, but I'll be 100% honest with you. The only reason I don't like it because it means it's going to be over faster, right? I'd rather have it to look forward to a little longer than just 4 weeks. I do agree with you, though, that so far I think both arcs benefit from having them available to watch immediately.
And
right?
I think they needed to be told that way.
Yeah.
You know, I think, especially the time jumps with the way the timeline works, it's crucial for you to stay in this year at once before you move on.
You know, I don't know why, but I guess I thought when they were talking about how each 3-episode arc was going to cover a year, I kind of guess I thought the 3 episodes would cover more time. But so far they have been...
It's like a range of 2 weeks in a year.
Yeah, or something like that. Fairly compressed. So that's interesting because that's not what I was expecting.
I was not expecting substance abuse to be such a large part of this arc.
What do you think that was?
I don't know anything about Star Wars drugs other than spice.
Yeah, right. Me neither.
I know that there is spice, but maybe that's liquid spice. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I always assumed spice was powdery, you know. And the only time I've ever heard it talk about it was Grief Karga talking about, you know, why don't you go get yourself a can of spice and before you hit atmosphere, all your troubles will be behind you or some stuff like that.
Right.
That's really that. And I know that Yoda used to chew on glimmer stick
or whatever
like that.
That was the Legends things, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's canon anymore. But she's definitely taking some sort of liquid intoxicant.
Yeah, and now my question was, so you know when they go to the Star Wars grocery store?
Yeah.
Or the corner store, more like, is that stuff he grabs off the shelf and hands to her or puts on the counter? Was that the same stuff?
I don't know. I'll have to go back.
Because it was like another cylinder-like object, right?
For some reason, I remember
seeing that thinking, like, oh, is that is that? Because you know you go to the store and they got like those little cylinders of ibuprofen. I was like, is that? Has he got a hangover and he needs to take a little headache medicine?
It looked like Star Wars Anison.
What's Anison?
It's like BC powder or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was certainly a little confused there because they specifically had the shot of him grabbing it and handing it to her or putting it on the counter. I can't remember which.
Is that the same thing that she takes?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. Okay. And then Luthen is like, well, honestly, it doesn't seem like maybe something you can just buy at the store because he's like,
we need you healthy.
Yeah.
He said the stuff it'll give you sleep for a little bit, but when the dreams come back, they come back worse.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's something for a source book.
Ambien,
I need a picture of that and tell me what it do and what it's called.
Ambien with the little mix of mescaline or something. I don't know.
Now, interestingly to me, it's not like he wasn't in it, but I feel like there was more of everybody else besides Cassian in these episodes.
I agree completely.
Yeah. And by the way, like, I'm not hating on the episodes for that, but it is surprising. He had some really fun shit he got to do where he was like pretending to be the fashion designer with his Danny McBride glasses. And if you notice, his hair was even kind of like brushed back into a little bit of a fancy mullet even. Looking fancy.
I loved it.
What was his name? Varian Sky?
I think that was it.
That sounds like a name somebody would come up for their D&D character.
That or a Mass Effect hero. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we kind of mentioned it earlier with King Tom, like Luthen is playing even people on his side sort of against each other, right? So he sends Cassian, and Cassian doesn't give him the results he wants, so then he sends Vel and Cinta. Isn't that basically how it goes?
Yes. Yeah. He, from what I understand, I forget this character's name, but Luthen's communications officer, Clea said she was reaching out to both, and it was okay that Cassian said no. The thing, and I will give Cassian props for, he was right. They were not ready. They were not experienced to pull that off. The reason they pulled it off is because the Empire let them.
That whole thing, like how everybody basically knew what was going on. Now, they didn't know the Empire was watching them, but like that whole thing with Cyril. Okay, you remember how last week you said you didn't, maybe Cyril and Deidre weren't actually like a couple? I don't know, man.
Oh, they did. Well, I don't. Okay.
Turn out the light.
How much can you be a couple when your lover is your boss? You know what I mean? There's clearly a power dynamic that is being abused.
Yeah, but that wasn't necessarily the case when because like he was still working on Coruscant, right?
I agree. And they're obviously a real couple, but it's a fucked up dynamic is what I will say.
Well, what I'm kind of starting to wonder is because I'll be honest, at the beginning of the episode, I thought maybe Cyril was kind of turning. Until he revealed that, he was calling her and giving her information, but the way he was talking to his mom about the people of Gorman and all that stuff, I was like, is he turning? And then to see that he's doing his fucking James Bond stuff.
Yeah, he's double agent.
Yeah. And I thought that whole story was really fascinating, that whole storyline.
I have a feeling that it's going to come to a head. The fact that he's not going to be cool with the massacre.
I think so,
there's
too.
people that are not going to deserve what's coming their way. And
I think so, too.
And I think Dedra being raised in an orphanage without parents, that comes across hardcore. Like, it comes across something about her character and not being able to appropriately attach to people like that is very apparent.
I gotcha. I do wonder, because, there's that whole, I always forget the old fella's name in the ISB, right? Dedra's boss that we referred to earlier. I always forget his name, but I think that scene with him talking to her and be like, and don't tell Cyril what we're doing. And she's like, I would never. I wonder how that's a big moment for those two characters. And that could either play out one of two ways. She doesn't tell him, and you could see how that would affect Cyril, or she does tell him, and you could see how that affects her.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see what way they go with that.
It sure will.
I don't know about that Gorman hat he was wearing, though. Not my kind of hat.
The beret?
Yeah.
Troopers.
I'm not, he did have big.
He had a Guile beret on.
Street Fighter 2, the movie energy. I'm not a big beret guy. I'm a hat guy, but not a beret guy. Not those type of hats.
I may not know enough about Europe, but the Gormans seem like a mix between French and German. The language
I got a little bit
speak.
I got a little bit of that vibe too, for sure.
There's this, I don't know, some sort of
What was the deal when the one guy at the meeting, he did grab the arm in front of him?
I don't know what that was about.
I want to know all about that. I'm going to start doing that to folks.
But does it mean like that's how far up your butt they're going to be?
I'm
Like
gonna stick my far up your butt, motherfucker. That would be sick if that's what it meant.
If it's at the middle finger, is it?
Oh, and we got a third shit in Star Wars, and this time it was a subtitled shit. It was shit in Gorman.
Yep.
Third shit in Star Wars. That's the kind of thing I'd keep track of.
Does Cassian say it at any point?
He said it in the very first episode.
That's what it was. That's what I'm remembering.
He backed the TIE fighter up and he said shit.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the first season said shit as well.
Yep.
My mouth tastes like pennies from that old soda, and
Dude,
I can't get
the
it out
old
of my head.
soda, the sour soda. Your taste buds have been through it, my man.
I know.
A little bit of the medicine,
Yeah.
a little bit of the
The
not
Fentimans
vitamins,
saved the
but
day.
Fentimans, yeah.
The Fentimans saved the day today. So, okay. Mon Mothma stuff. This episode was are these episodes now
Super light.
I was about to say, like, so there was all this stuff with her and Perrin about having to go to the Senate investitures and the banquets and shit, which I'll be honest with you, I found that whole plot line of just it being that time of year where all the new senators are getting inducted or whatever, and they're having banquets and shit. I thought that was all fascinating.
Yeah.
The Senate scene, though, frightening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Ohio gozaimasu. Fresh from Japan, it's our pal from the Rogue Rebels podcast, Sal Perales.
Sal.
Ohio gozaimasu. What's up?
Hey, buddy. Thanks for stopping by episode 500 for a little bit.
Dude, happy to be here, man. I've been excited for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
This is massive.
How was Japan?
Yeah, tell us about your trip.
Japan was so fucking badass, dude. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, the convention was just the beginning. We did, like, Liz had all these, like, pre-booked little tours that we were doing.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, like one day it'll take you to like the first one we did was like Fuji. And so it took us to this, like these hot springs where you're supposed to eat these black eggs. Then it took us to this like lakeside, like where you see Fuji, and then that big lake where the swans are.
Uh-huh.
Like, so like all this stuff. And then like the gates by the water, like the Torii gate that goes into the water and everything. And it was like it was really, really cool. The only bad thing was like, they kind of let you out there like, all right, the gate's that way, the boom that way, the boom that way. You got an hour and a half. Be here at like 6:50.
Oh, really?
Or whatever it is. So it was like you had to kind of hustle. But if we didn't do that, like we wouldn't have seen half the crowd. Like we would have done like one or two of those things a day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's
so we did a lot with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Food was amazing. Ramen was bomb. I didn't get ramen until I got I think we didn't get ramen until we were like in Osaka already.
Oh, really?
By the time we were in Osaka, yeah, I was like, we haven't even got ramen yet. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I don't know what you guys had for dinner, but we've been eating over here. We were, well worth it. We went to, we saw so much, dude. We saw Fuji. We saw like that bamboo forest, like Arayashima or whatever it is.
Oh, buddy, I saw a delightful video on maybe Liz posted it on Facebook, maybe of you and Axel singing karaoke together in a Japanese karaoke room, and I was like, they're living in a Yakuza game right now. This is sick.
It was super great. Like we were what were we doing? We had like a free day and we were like bumming around and doing all this stuff, and like we kind of like the good thing about going like now is the kids are older. So I was like, hey, like nobody by themselves, but if like you want to split off into parties, we can have a 2-party system here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, you know, sometimes Axel and Lizzie and the boyfriend would like bounce off, and they went to like Disneyland 2 of the days while we were in Tokyo. And then me and Liz were like doing tours or whatever, or we'd have a free day. And I think it was one of the free days we were in Kyoto, which I think is my favorite city.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just feels a little more chill. It was still like a little bit busy, but it was like Tokyo is crazy. Tokyo is like Tokyo 3.
Oh, really?
Like Tokyo 3 is already like Tokyo. Like it's just getting around and like everybody is like, even when you're just like walking around, because I'm like over here with like a Google map right here, and I'm like, okay, we get on this train. I'm looking for track 13, you know, like, and I'm sort of like doing all this, but everybody like in all the other 700 people are just like everybody's going to exactly where they're going. And like once you get out of Tokyo, like there's still a lot of people and people are still going places, but it doesn't feel as like.
Oh, right. It's
you know what I mean? It feels like a little more
breathing room.
Yeah. Not that I didn't like Tokyo. Tokyo was pretty cool. Also, when we get to the Evangelion statue, we carry you up there.
Oh, there's stairs.
Yeah, there's stairs.
There's
stairs and there's signs all over that are like, oh, if you can't do stairs, then you can't do the thing. And I was like, nah, bro. Will's gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there. We're gonna take you up. No, dude. Will's gonna pick you up on his back like this.
We're gonna see the bride from Visions. Like, give me a strap-on seat.
No.
And
I'm just like this in the back.
Yeah.
We're gonna do my boy like
kimono. Talk about what a lovely ride it is.
No, you're gonna have your little camera phone in your hand like an Omni Slash, and we're gonna toss you up there like Cloud Strife. We're just gonna hit you up Advent Children style and be like,
I'll just look at it from below. I'll just look at the gift shop down below.
Yes.
Okay, fine. That'll be fine.
That
sucks though. I can't believe they don't have like an elevator or a ramp.
There is not a lot of that happening in places. I noticed. I was like, oh, this kind of sucks.
Good to know.
There's a lot of places where it's just like there's a lot of stairs. You know, the subway will be like, hey, we got an elevator. We understand. But the rest of the city is like, you're on your own, kid.
You
know.
Have you been staying caught up with Andor? Have you had a chance to?
I watched the first 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but not the next ones that came out yesterday.
I gotcha. When did you guys get back? How long have you been
back?
We
just got back yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So
how's the jet lag situation?
I'm okay so far. If it hits me tomorrow, you know what happened. Yeah. I feel fine. Like,
okay.
I made it a point to like stay up yesterday. I was like, no, I'm going to stay up till like 9 or 10. And I was unpacking and doing I did my laundry today, but I was unpacking and like getting all my kind of like stuff together and putting my Switch back to charge.
Yeah.
You know, and like Axel and you know, Axel's weak, so he fell asleep at like those fools like took a nap as soon as we ate. And then but then he got up again. Like he was up pretty early this morning, and so we watched Andor this morning.
Nice. How did you like the first 3 episodes?
I loved it. It was really good. In fact, it's like there were some like really funny moments where like Liz enjoyed herself, and a lot of it had to do with what's that dude I don't like, Cyril.
Okay.
A lot of it had to do with Cyril and all that hilarity. That was a good first introduction to him. Season 2.
Yeah, man. Well, buddy, I just wanted to have you on for a second, and thank you for being such a big part of the show for 500 episodes. I'm so stoked that we get to hang out and be part of the Yankees. Buddy, as soon as you sent me the sign where you had written High Potion Yankees in the Eorzea Cafe, I sent it out to everybody. I was like,
hell yeah,
you got to see this shit.
Hell yeah. We were out there trying to represent the best we could.
I assume that you guys are going to be recapping a good bit of the trip on the show, right?
Yeah. So we're going to put out an episode this week all about Celebration plus Japan. And then next week, we're either going to start our Andor. We're already late on Andor. So we're either starting our Andor stuff, or we might just jump straight to Underworld, because that comes out next week too.
That comes out in a few days.
So
like
I'm
4
like,
days. I forgot.
yeah, we're 2 weeks behind on Andor. It might as well be 3 weeks behind.
Oh, and you know what's about to happen, Sal? On the second new Star Wars Fortnite season, I'm dusting off the sticks.
Hey, and you can watch. You know, you can watch the first 2 episodes.
I saw that. First 2 episodes of Fortnite.
I have to figure out what that's all about. I missed the Emperor's message, so
yeah.
So it's my time to get in. It's time to squad up, Will.
So yeah, everybody should be listening to the Rogue Rebels podcast. They are delightful. Sal, oh look, this man came. He said, "I'll be right there. I gotta get my promotion shirt on real quick."
I got these ready for Celebration Japan.
So thanks for coming on, buddy. We just wanted to say hey and hear a little bit about Japan, and you know where we're going to be hanging. Oh, so is that the Celebration Japan beanie?
The coveted.
Sick.
The coveted Star Wars spelt out.
Now that's a look, my dude. Now that is a look.
Good times. Ran into some good people over there.
I bet. I know.
You know.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you go so you can hang out with the fam. But I'm stoked you got to go to Japan. But you can ask these dudes. Like 2 days ago, I was like, I miss Randy and Sal. So I'm glad you're back, buddy.
We're back, baby.
All right, buddy.
I'm ready to go back to yours, or whatever, or Fortnite Land. That's what I'm getting excited for.
All of the above. Let's do it.
May 2nd. Pencil it in, Will. We getting in it.
Be there. I won't be square.
Steve said he's going to play with us. You know it's a big deal when we get Steve to play Fortnite with you. So
is that a squad? Do we have a squad?
Yep. We probably have more than a squad too.
All right, fair enough.
Buddy. We'll talk soon.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, buddy. See ya.
Peace.
Buddy, the guests just keep on coming. Here's the man, they call him the godfather of the Sith list. He's the Corey Taylor. Do you know who Corey Taylor is, Will? He's the lead singer of Slipknot. From the Slipknot of Pop Culture Podcasting, it's our buddy Raj from the Sith list. What's up, pal?
What's up, guys? What's up, Will? What's up, Haas? Happy 500th.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be on. Are you kidding? So you guys?
Every time I come on your show or watch your show, your setup is just so sick, bro. You look like you're in it. Did Randy help you set that up?
Randy helped me through, advice-wise, yeah. But I couldn't afford Randy. His retainer's too high. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not at that level yet. You know, the reaction videos haven't hit that hard, Haas. You know,
soon.
Yeah, soon. Yeah. Well, guys, it's like 500 is a huge deal.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You guys are. You're not that far behind us number count.
We're 456.
Yeah,
456.
Yeah, so you're basically a year away from 500.
Yeah, exactly. A year away. Yeah, right around there. Yeah, exactly.
That's sick, buddy. That is sick. I remember very early on Twitter, Raj messaging me and being like, "Hey, me and my brother-in-law are recording a show. I'd love for you to listen to it. Do you have any tech advice?" And bro, I was like, he was wanting to run 2 USB mics, and I had to tell Raj, I was like, "Hey, buddy, I know how to do this, but only the way I know how to do this, right? And I have a mixing board and all this, but I remember real early talking to Raj about that kind of stuff.
You were a massive help because our first time we ever recorded, Boo and I, my brother-in-law and I, we did it just in front of our laptop.
Yep.
And with just a laptop mic sitting at a dinner table and just shooting the shit. And then, we recorded like 3 episodes that way. We never put them out. And then I messaged you, and then you told me how you did it. And then, from there, we progressed a little bit better.
And then, King Tom's there, Strothers is there, Les.
Randy. Yeah. Randy, Boo. It's like, I'm so fortunate. I have the All-Stars. You guys should just come on. Why not? Just come on. We just need 2 more.
Avengers.
Listen, I love you guys and I love podcasting, but I'm at my age where I'm like, okay, that's enough podcasting for the week. I need to
that's where my wife is at right now. She's like, okay, Last of Us on Sunday, Andor 3-episode marathon on Tuesday. You record your Sith list on Wednesday. You have kids. You know that, right? Yeah.
For for people that don't listen to the Sith List, and you absolutely should, they don't just talk Star Wars. They talk everything. And like the variety of topics you guys keep up with is very impressive because it's very accessible at the same time.
Yeah, we try to like mix everything up. Obviously, Star Wars is our love and what brought everybody together. And I was watching you earlier, and you guys were talking about the best part of this whole podcast community and doing a podcast is hanging out with and meeting people like you guys. And it is. It's 100% the only reason really we do it still is because we love doing it, and we love still having you guys as friends. And
I will say, you guys, much like us, much like Rogue One back in the day, y'all used to do marathon episodes.
Oh God.
And
yeah, we cut that down real quick.
Me too, buddy. When me and Steve were thinking of doing High Potion, I was like, I've only got a couple of rules. It can't be topical, so we can bank episodes if we need to.
Oh, that's huge.
And it's an hour limit per episode.
So that's genius, actually. That's how we should have done. Yeah, we did like 300 episodes having like 2.5 hour episodes. But see, what the problem is now we have our Patreon, and so we do a half hour before, and then we're still at like 2 hours no matter what. But no, it's been fun. Man.
I gotta say, I loved coming on the show last week.
Yeah,
the pre-show Patreon talk, we're just talking music and stuff. That's a good hang. You guys should definitely check that out on the Sith List Patreon. It's a good
Thanks,
time.
buddy. Yeah, thank you.
So, what'd you think? You're caught up on Andor, yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're
What you
doing
thinking?
we're doing 3 in a row on those reactions. Les and I. Yeah, and then I got to edit afterwards. I honestly, Haz, I was telling King Tom today that I edited the last episode because we're doing all 3 at once, and it's just one episode I put out. I think I fell asleep editing the last like 6 minutes, so I don't even know what the shit I put out there, and I was worried I was going to get a copyright infringement, but it went through, so I was like, I'm not going back, dude. It's late, dude. I'm not going back to change this. It is what it is. Yeah, man, it's been so freaking awesome, dude. I don't know how to explain it. It feels different than season 1. Like a lot different, but it's still so different than what we get in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome and rad. And it's such high quality. It feels like an HBO Sunday night show to me.
There is a prestige feeling to this show that isn't all. Sometimes it's there, and the other ones, there's moments.
Yes.
I feel like, right? Like I kind of felt that way with the final confrontation between Obi-Wan and Kenobi and the Kenobi show. I thought that was very good.
That was awesome.
But and there's been elements of Mandalorian, but this is the one that feels most consistency like a prestige show.
Absolutely. It's been the last episode last night. I had a panic attack watching it, man. I was like, what is going to go down right now?
The second season specifically has found a way to like generate this feeling of unease really effectively.
Yes.
And it wasn't as bad as it was in the first 3 episodes, but in that last episode it was.
It was.
For sure.
It absolutely was. Yeah, it's going to end badly.
You got any prediction? What do you think? I love hearing Araj predictions.
My predictions are pretty crazy and wild. You know what I was thinking today driving? I was like, what if Luthen, that's his name, right? Luthen.
Yeah.
What if he's actually working for the Empire?
Oh my God.
And it's all a setup.
If that, I think I might be kind of bummed. I might kind of be like, what?
I would be bummed too. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I mean, I heard you say before you were telling Emily that you think that she thinks that he knows exactly what's going down.
Oh yeah.
And he 100% knows what's going down, and pretty much stated it like it'll shine the brightest. The flame will shine the brightest, or whatnot. So he's
what's interesting is Emily was saying that before seeing these 3 episodes.
So she hasn't seen it.
Yeah, so definitely.
Damn. Okay.
I think it's safe to say that Luthen knows exactly what's going on, and he's exactly trying to manipulate the situation.
100%. 100%.
Get attention. Yeah.
It's been so good, man. I'm so excited that there's a different style, and in the success, critically at least. I don't know what the viewership is, and I don't care what the viewership is, but critically, it's a huge success. Let these guys do these kind of things. Like, let them do a comedy Star Wars. Let them do a horror Star Wars. I would love a horror Star Wars, man.
I would too.
Yeah.
The thing is if anything I've learned about like trying to pay attention to streaming numbers and stuff is more than anything, it seems like you have to wait a minute to get the actual results.
Yep.
And it seems like weekly and monthly and stuff don't necessarily, and monthly maybe, but weekly and daily and stuff don't really give you the full picture.
No,
it seems.
no, not at all.
So, I mean, the nice thing is this was conceived as this much of a story, like 2 seasons, and they got to do it, right?
Yeah. No, it's awesome. As long as they don't touch Bix, man. Leave that little conversation that he had last night with Luthen. I was like, wait, what is he talking about here? Is he talking about offing Bix? For a second, I was like,
it seemed like it
seemed like it.
If she doesn't get her,
Right.
and I would never say that she needs to quote unquote get her shit together. But what it seemed like he was saying is, if she doesn't, then something.
So, am I correct to think that conversation meant get her in to where that doctor is, pretty much, and let her have a shot at this guy? Is that what you got out of that?
I don't know if it was that, but I think that opportunity was the perfect opportunity to like.
I think he was trying to create another assassin, like Val or
okay,
like Cassian. He said, I thought it would have been more interesting if she didn't tell you.
Yes, if she didn't tell you. Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, I don't.
He's trying to groom another operative,
right? And it was satisfying as fuck watching her kill that doctor and then shoot the dude on the way out, and then Cassian hit the fucking remote on the bomb.
Yeah, we were so excited.
So good.
That payoff in that episode, having that be the payoff at the end, was just phenomenal. What do you guys think about this whole? I mean, I don't go on Twitter that much anymore, but people freaking out over Benjamin Bratt being Pratt,
we haven't even talked about this.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I saw the week before Andor came out, when they did the social media reviews were allowed and stuff, and people could review the season.
Yeah.
I saw that, I guess some article mentioned that he had been recast by that actor. And I was like, what? And then shortly after that, Tony Gilroy had the interview where he was talking about bringing legacy characters back is tough because scheduling, and sometimes they're very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty certain that was true, because I think they went back and took it out of the article even after people started catching on to it. So I knew it was coming, and
I told Les, I was like, oh, he has a brother. Oh, that's cool. He has a brother. What a perfect casting for a brother.
Yeah,
like he's perfect.
It's certainly nothing against him. I thought he did a really good job in his one scene, and you have to think the only reason you wouldn't recast him just for that scene. That could be anybody. It doesn't have to. He's going to be in it more.
I think the next arc is going to be him a lot, because I read something today, as Gilroy said, that I had to throw him in there just to get the shock value out.
Oh, okay.
So I guess Jimmy Smits is doing LA Law again or something. Maybe that's
and so I did read an article, because it was crazy. Like, the episode aired, and before I came downstairs to record about it for the Blue Harvest Patreon, there was an article with him talking about it, like that they had ready.
Wow.
And he said it was scheduling. He said we wanted to,
just couldn't do it.
The fans are.
But hey, if they're gonna do it, he was the perfect guy to get.
I think he did perfectly. Like
perfect, and he looks the part. It's all good.
Yeah, but it's just a bummer because he was just Bail Organa not that long ago in Kenobi.
Exactly right. Yeah. It's a little. It throws you off a little bit. It takes you out of the story a little bit, because then you're thinking, wait, what's going on?
What did you think, Will?
I mean, I was shocked, but I kind of felt like it's inevitable, right? If you want to see some of these legacy characters, some of these other actors have obligations or other projects, and they're not always going to be able to just step away. Yeah. Also, in Jimmy Smits, I don't know. I just remember feeling this when I was watching the Obi-Wan. He's looking tired. And maybe it's just his age. He's looking a little.
He's just tired.
The man looks tired. I don't know.
After Sons of Anarchy, I think he was in Sons of Anarchy for like 3 seasons. I mean, that really got to him. Well,
I'm sure. I don't want to burn that man all the way down. It's okay. We can have a different Bail.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Yeah, the ladies love Benjamin Pratt.
Right?
Yeah,
they love him. Oh, he's handsome, son of a bitch. Yeah.
So before we let you go, Raj, I did want to touch on one other thing. We got
Yeah.
to see Mon Mothma and Krennic go at it in the collection room. Sick.
Oh, I'm telling you, not just Mon Mothma and Krennic, but it seems like everybody they bring on screen, even if it's a bellhop, steals scenes.
Yeah.
Like every actor in this thing, it's kind of like Game of Thrones a little bit to me. Like every little bit actor, no matter important or not, I'm not saying he's not important, but it just the character's not as big.
They're bringing their A game.
They're bringing their A game. Yeah,
they showed up to act their ass off.
Yes, and that's says a lot about Gilroy, and it says a lot about the people they're acting with. But that scene, you're right. I mean, that was like to me, she has just risen above a lot of people in this thing. She is amazing in it so far. Yeah, and I love the dancing to the EDM music. I felt like I was at EDC again, Las Vegas.
Nice.
Watching like people like rock out. It was awesome. That first 3 episodes.
When she started getting at it with Krennic while the stuff with Clea and Lonnie
that's
is
what I'm
going
saying.
on.
The panic attack.
Too much. I was like, just get it out.
The blood started coming out of her hand. I was like, oh, something's happening here. Yeah, that was bad.
I loved that interaction. The waspy verbal sword fight between Krennic and
so good.
Mon Mothma. That was
and if you watch the rest of the crowd watching, the tenseness. I mean, they are not having it. It's just they don't know what to do with themselves.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would have ever thought of that as being a possibility in this show, right? Like, I wouldn't have even thought that those two characters would meet, but they did, and it was sick.
It was sick.
So,
yeah.
Well, buddy, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yes, congrats again.
Give our best to the family and the rest of the Syphilis crew. Some of the best dudes in the game. If you guys don't listen to them, you should listen to them. And if you like YouTube reactions, they got the best reaction face in the game. Hit them with it or give them the reaction face.
I'll give you episode 6 reaction. It was like,
oh my God.
Actually, I'm gonna screenshot that and take the background out and do that. That's perfect.
There you
was
go.
perfect.
There you go, bud.
Listen, LA Celebration 2027. Both you guys need to be here with us.
I'm planning on it.
I know. Will. Last time you came, we had dinner and we had people over. We had a party.
Oh,
it will happen again. Will, it will happen again.
So much fun.
I talk about that all the time.
Well, I'll have my mom make some Persian food. You'll be in.
Killer.
Come on down.
All right, buddy.
Wait.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yes,
and
of course.
Thanks for being such a good bro over the years, man. We
Absolutely.
appreciate
No,
you guys.
thank
Have
you
always
guys.
been so supportive of us, and I really appreciate you guys.
Of course, bud. Thank you, man. Thank
All
you,
right,
Will.
buddy.
Thank
Congrats,
you.
guys.
Later.
Thank you.
Woo! All right, buddy. So, what is up next? I think has there been any Andor second set of episodes that you haven't gotten to hit yet? That you haven't?
Let me just think for a second.
Yeah, run through your mind grapes real quick.
Luthen being so pissy about not being able to communicate with Andor before in the last 3 episodes, and then in this one he's
freaking about all the different sources of audio and shit they have.
Yeah. Like he's freaking out about all the I got a bug over here and this was your idea. I'm pretty sure you're acting like she's the brains of the operation, or you're just blaming her when things go wrong.
She seems like the tech lady. She seems like number
she
2.
is. And
yeah,
he seemed like he was losing his cool a little bit, which you
sure
don't
did.
see from Luthen ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to see that. Also, I had not thought about it until we started talking about it, but Luthen may meet a gruesome end at the end of all this. I don't think he makes it out of it.
I don't know, and I hope I'm wrong, but I also don't know that Bix makes it out.
I don't think so either. We didn't,
and I hate that. I fucking hate that.
It may have been Emily Lynn that brought it up. What's that? Seeing Andor, he's not the same as he is like the beginning of.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Will.
Ooh, I lost you there for a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
But I think losing Bix would put him in the spot to be able to cold-blooded murder an asset, you know.
I hope that's not it, but I think you might be right, buddy.
I don't think you're allowed to get that close to Jen Erso if you still got a Bix hanging out there somewhere.
Maybe she's like, hey, I want out of this. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to go do something else, live a peaceful life.
Right.
Maybe she just breaks off and she'll leave. She says, I'm done with this. Maybe.
I don't think so. I think she has started down a path that dominates her destiny.
Whew. All right. So we got a couple voicemails, got a couple emails. So let's hear from some friends before we wrap things up, buddy.
Let's do it.
Kia D. Kia D. Kia D. Cockhead. The only Jedi Master who can crush box. Kia D. Cockhead. Running around slaying bitches with his cockhead. He's a big Syrian stud. He loves to split chicks with his bud. Kia D. Cockhead. To stroke his cone and suck on his balls. Kia D. Cockhead. What you gonna do when he comes on you now? He's a Jedi Council stooge, but he'll be pumping spooge tomorrow. Cockhead. Lou Herbert. Cockhead. Harsberger. Cockhead. Will Witten. Cockhead. Goose Payne. Cockhead. G Money. Cockhead. King Tom. Cockhead. Joe. Cockhead. Kia D. Cockhead. Cockhead.
All right, buddy. So let's hear a couple voicemails. Now, so when I texted King Tom about maybe stopping by today, he's like, I already sent in a voicemail. Yeah, sick. We'll also hear your voicemail, buddy. Nothing kicks off a voicemail segment better than a voicemail from the king of all Toms.
No such thing as too much Tom.
You know what's going to be weird is we're going to listen to this voicemail, and he's got a habit of doing these kind of things. He's going to be like, hey there, Halls and Will. You know what I was thinking? Wouldn't it be weird if Halls drank a 26-year-old soda for a soda report sometime? Right. If that happens, I'm ending the stream and I'm walking away. 500 is the last because I've met somebody with The Shining. So here we go.
Hey there, Halls and Will. Wow, 10 years, 500 episodes, that's pretty damn incredible. And I know, I want to say congratulations. I also want to say thank you. I happen to think that the best podcasts are made by people who are friends who are talking about stuff they love. And that's what you and Will do so amazingly every week. You share your friendship with the rest of us. And yeah, you talk about some things that we all love, but then you talk about your own stuff too, and it's great, it's entertaining, it's interesting, and and you've created this whole community of those of us who listen, and thank you for that, because it's just been amazing. I'd like to take a few minutes, because this week's episode, it was pretty amazing, and the show is really special. It feels like it's going to be months until the next episode. Just because this week it was so riveting. It's taken us to a lot of really cool places, and the character work is just great. There have been some groundbreaking things, like we had lesbian couple in this episode, and it sucks that they killed them off. You kind of knew that was going to happen, but that was groundbreaking. And then we've also seen a lot of death. Characters we love, we enjoy, and you have to deal with what happens when you lose a best friend, because I know that's going to affect all of us. But then there was, pretty much a murderer in cold blood near the end there. And it was a bad guy that I think deserved it. And it's always a little bit satisfying when, a heroic character gets to get revenge in that way, even if I'm being a little bit petty. And just all the radio stuff. I love, radio technology and seeing how all that happened. My one complaint, seriously, what is with all the fucking French lately? I think, I love France, love the food, think it's a great language, but we've gotten a lot of French people lately.
Have we?
But yeah, overall, I
Gormand.
can't wait. And just at the end of the episode, when Jack showed up at the airport and told Kate we have to go back, it was incredible. It just blew my mind, and I can't wait to see what you and Will have to say about this episode, what you guys think is going to happen before, the next time we see these characters, the island, everything. And I just want to thank you guys for 10 years of the best damn Lost podcast I've ever heard. Thank you, namaste, and good luck. Hey there, Haas and Will.
Oh shit, it's replaying.
Wow, 10 years, 500 episodes, that's pretty damn
Where's
incredible.
Man, King Tom pulled a fast one on there. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So, he really sent me on a fucking tear there. Sorry. So I guess Rick was asking if I've received a package yet, and I haven't. And then he texted me saying that he got a notification that it was delivered. I'm going to take care of that after we're done, because I definitely did not receive a package, so I need to look into that. So, you want to start a Lost podcast, Will?
I'll start any podcast you want.
No, man.
I don't know how effective I'll be at Lost.
Well, I mean, we would rewatch.
Yeah, I did watch a lot of Lost with you.
Most of it. Will was there for that we have to go back moment.
Mm-hmm.
He also was there when I nailed who was going to be in that fucking coffin. That's still that was my King Tom moment when I called who was going to be in that coffin at the end of season.
You sure did.
4. End of season 4. Right? Lost. Love me some King Tom. Love talking to him about Lost. You gotta watch that
on Lost.
Bro, do that again.
What?
Do that again.
Previously on Lost.
You're really good at that. It kind of took me aback. I was like, am I watching it? All right. And next up, we've got a voicemail from Oliver.
Hey, Haas and Will. Long-time listener here, first-time voicemailer. This is your buddy Oliver from Sweden. I really wanted to check in on you guys and congratulate you on 500 episodes and 10 years of Blue Harvest. I wrote in a lot, like a long time ago, mainly 2016, I believe, and you guys had some theories about maybe I was a catfish trying to con you or something.
This is Oliver the catfish?
Maybe by sending a voicemail and you guys hearing my Swedish accent, this could prove my existence once and for all.
Holy shit.
Or maybe I waited long enough for artificial intelligence to become sufficient enough to fake this accent. You never know. I really wanted to congratulate you on doing it this long. Thank you a lot for doing it. I hope you keep doing it as long as you want. Maybe by episode 1000, I will send in my second voicemail in 10 years.
Holy shit! I can't believe it.
Have it good now, guys. Wish you the best. Bye.
Thank you, Oliver.
Hey, Haas and
shit! It's playing again. Buddy, I can't believe. So, like, I saw we got a voicemail, so I just downloaded it and loaded it into the thing so we could listen to it. That's the Oliver that you were like, that's not. I was like, we got a listener in Sweden. And you're like, they're probably a catfish. I can't. That is an old Blue Harvest bit, Oliver.
That's old.
That's like double digits episodes old.
Yeah, that's recorded in your kitchen.
What a fucking throwback. Thank you, Oliver.
Right. Bringing it full circle. Episode 500.
Now that's a reveal.
I just couldn't believe that we actually had international listeners.
I know, right? And most of them are fucking sick.
Yeah, they are.
Let's listen to this one's from, speaking of another international, this is our buddy Florian.
What's up?
Oh.
Lightning Dick and Saber Dick. Let me tell you something. No, really.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. I found you 5 years ago through myweirdfoot.com, expecting something completely different. But
there's
hey,
no way.
I stayed.
There's no way.
Just so good and
My man
tasty.
is a man of culture.
So yeah, it's been 5 years for me now, and sitting here, which is of course the opposite of standing, I just realized I'm still waiting for the contact info for your doctor. You know, for the penis reduction surgery you talked about.
These are deep cuts,
last
my
doctors.
man.
This man's
He's been in the
deep
backlog.
cuts.
So yeah, I'm doing my best over here, just trying to keep it clean. And
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, he kept calling me my little shithead frog. Whatever that means. I really need a new doctor.
Oh.
Sorry, I need a second. Talking about this just really stresses me out.
Oh. Is he about to do a soda report? That man is enjoying the fuck out of that soda.
But
He said,
honestly,
I'm going to have me
it
some
feels
soda.
like I'm about to bust. Excuse me, but I kind of feel better now. Anyway, 500 episodes, huh? That's a huge achievement. And actually, it's way more with all the Patreon episodes and guest appearances and everything you've done. So thank you for all the laughs and for being there during hard times. And no, I'm not talking about my penis. No. Man, keeping this up for 10 years, that must have been hard. Real hard. You made it seem so effortless. Like you could just go all day long. Well, you always left me satisfied and smiling. So thanks again, and may the force be with you always. P.S.
This man.
I just realized how many videos I made for you guys over the years and how much fun it was to make them. I'm actually in the mood right now, so I think I'm gonna rewatch some of them. Especially the Blue Harvest music video. That one still slaps. I'll leave the links in the email if you want to take another look yourselves. Have a nice day, have a nice live stream. Bye. What's up? Lightning Dick.
He's doing it again. That man has a bits per minute.
Dude.
Instead of beats per minute.
I was like, where's the bit counter? Ping, bing, 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 bing. He had some references to some really deep cut Blue Harvest history.
Oh man, did he ever?
There has been some stuff out of the Blue Harvest Museum that we've been talking about on this episode 500.
Oh, I know, right? I cannot believe that the Oliver catfish thing came up like that is old bit history on this show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and to be frank, it wouldn't even be a bit. Like sometimes Will and I wouldn't be recording, and he's like, I don't know. It's probably just someone they're saying this they're from Sweden. I was like, no. Let's check out that music video he was talking about. Let's see. Hey. Oh. Did you see me try to click here? No. Dumb.
In a galaxy of humor, they find their groove. Star Wars fans, they aim to soothe. So join the adventure, come along for the ride. With Hawes and Will, let's journey side by side. Voicemails and banter, with listeners they engage. In a universe of fun, they turn each page.
Sheesh.
That was very nice. Some of the different stuff cut in there together was done really well.
Bro, who would be who if you and I were Bode and is it Bode and Theed, the two-headed guy? And I want to be the green side.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one is which, but I'll take whichever one you're not.
All right, I get to be the green side. All right, so we got a couple of emails. Josh Chapman said, "Hey, can't stay for long, but just wanted to say congrats on a big 500. Let's get to 1,000." We're gonna try, buddy.
Amen, sir.
I hope I'm around.
Thank you for being around.
And Sal said, "Y'all need a Luthen shop for your treasured bits." Bro, if there was a Blue Harvest shop that was just bits, the Oliver fucking catfish bit would be the thing that's in the back that Luthen is like, I am saving this to sell. This is
I don't
rare
sell
and
this.
all- yeah. It's like that samurai Mandalorian armor that Paul Bettany had in the background.
Dude, we should have a Blue Harvest museum somewhere.
Yeah, it's my basement. It's in progress. I might get it done before George Lucas gets his giant museum in LA finished.
I did not know he had a giant museum.
Yeah, he's working on it. I think it opens next year. Another thing that we could do when we go to LA.
Something you could do in LA.
So, first email up is from our pal Sam. He says, "Howdy, Halls and Will. First off, congratulations on such an amazing accomplishment. On this momentous occasion, I wanted to take a quick second to thank you both for being such a positive internet influence on my life and make me feel part of this awesome little part of the Star Wars community. Since I've started listening to you, a lot has changed in my life, but both of you were always there. I don't know if words like solid or sheesh or phrases like aggressively toss the salad or songs like sitting or I glued my balls would be in my life without you. Thank you so much for all you've done, and I can't wait to see what you guys cook up next. As for a question this week, what was the most unexpected meme or joke that even came up over the years of making the show? You guys have had some great laughs, and please never lose your ability to meme on everything. Thank you again for all you do, and keep being the most positive and clean goblins in the game. Best wishes, Sam." Shoo! Thank you, Sam. Do you have a favorite meme, buddy?
I still hold in my heart the
Good
crippled
night, Rick.
ghost. When you used to get me with crippled ghost bits,
Uh-huh.
that was funny.
You know what's funny is, do you know how many people would be like, I think Will really doesn't like that, and you shouldn't do that to him.
Really?
I wouldn't say a lot, but more than, and I would be like, no, it's called a bit, okay? That's going to happen probably, and they're going to get weirder as we get hundreds and hundreds of episodes into the show. That's a bit. We bit with each other. That's why me and Will are friends.
Mm-hmm. And I can get down on a bit that I don't 100% like.
Oh yeah, you got to respect the bit.
Yeah.
You got to have someone else to buy in on the bit, huh?
Yeah. I may not be good at making up angles for the crippled ghost bit, but I can sure get down on it. I'm good at other bits.
Bro, but it was like, I used to love just trying to think of a weird way to like circle back around and get
You
it.
definitely weaved a story.
I also used to like the bit I would do when someone would call in or write in and be like, "Hey, I've heard you mention that you're in a wheelchair." This also kind of goes with Crippled Ghost. "What's up? How did that happen?" And I would just tell the backstory from Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm.
I did that when my nephew Jackson asked me for the first time. I spun that bit out. It was involved. I basically told him the entire plot to Bloodsport.
I loved the bit that was you reciting the appropriate order in which to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, well, that bit has grown and
It sure
evolved. If anybody ever decides to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, I will say, I believe this
Has it changed
might
since those
be-
times?
What?
The order that you're supposed to watch.
No. Unless they ever make any more and it upsets the order, no. I have some extra homework you could do that's not part of the order. So I did want to play this. I don't know that anything has gotten stuck in my head or has meant as much as emotionally to me as this.
I got my balls to my butthole, yeah. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, 'cause now my balls are
blocking up my butthole.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Good God, I pulled too hard, now my scrotum's stretched out like a funky yard. Oh God, I got my balls to my butthole, baby. Oh my God, what did I do? I can't take a dump, 'cause now my balls are blocking up my butthole. My lady.
What?
I like the era when you discovered the song generators.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where the Aaron Boyd song came from. Once that happened, I was like, that's enough of that. It doesn't get better than that.
You definitely.
I stepped away. That was my.
You definitely went so hard. It's hard to follow that up.
That was my Dark Side of the Moon.
Everybody, all the other Blue Harvest bits that were ready to go on stage were like, I got to go on after that.
Then that's the closer.
There's no way.
Do we do it one more time? I think we do. I think we do it one more time. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Slap. Last Dance with Mary Jane slaps.
I'm telling you, that's my greatest creation. Oh, King Tom. Yeah, sitting is the opposite of standing was a big one.
That was good.
Seeming. All right. One last meme song. You know what I mean?
That one's short too.
Yeah, that one's short. And I promise I won't do Pickle in the Fridge, even though I think it's underrated.
Get it out of here. Fucking Pickle in the Fridge.
I know you don't like it. I know you don't see the. It's the B-side that seem to be the one person actually likes Pickle in the Fridge, but it's okay. I know the meme. Did it not share it? What is this? That's Evangelion again. You would think.
It started for a second. I could hear it for a second.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
the visual
see.
Went to Evangelion.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Sirim is the opposite of standing. Sitting is the opposite of running around. Sitting is a wonderful thing to do because you sitting. Sitting is the opposite of standing on your head. Sitting is the opposite of hanging on my bar. But sitting is a wonderful thing to do. I got one thing to say. I think that sitting is something that people say it is bad, but you know that sitting is actually good because you deserve to relax. It's kinda like a nap, it's kinda like something else, but it is actually just sitting. But you deserve to sit.
That one's just delightful. You know what I mean? I glued my balls to my butthole. I don't know that I would say it's delightful, but boy, howdy, is it funny.
It's funny. Yeah,
it is funny. Bennett said, just wanted to say again, these live stream shows are so great. Thank you so much, Halls and Will, for the years of entertainment. Favorite bit is when Will starts talking aliens and freaks Halls out. Sheesh.
Funny, we got new news. No,
Les. Oh, my dude Les said, congrats, fellas. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Eric Struthers. Sorry, buddy. Congrats on 500. Thanks for doing this live. So, buddy, I think we got one more email, and then we had a last-minute video message come in that I want to play too. So let me just give me 1 second.
Excellent. Do it.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, first up is first email from Jeff. He says, Halls and Will, congrats, my dudes. Thank you for making the best content out there and creating a fun community of moisture farmers. This pod, Twitch, and Patreon have been so awesome to me, I think for almost 7 or 8 years now. Seeing two buddies and their friends continue to do this despite some doo-doo feces people and still going is amazing. The community appreciates this, and I think I can speak for all of us out there. Keep being yourselves. Always look forward to the pods and catching the Twitch stream when I'm up late night worming JP. JP is a definite late night worm, that's for sure. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate
Thank you.
Brittany says, Boo says, congrats too. We are watching. Thank you, Boo. Thank you, buddy. Have you eased up on your opinion on Spider-Man any yet? That's maybe he didn't hate him, but he was just like, I don't get it. That was the bit. It's all bits.
I'll tell you this: the magic of Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah. Buddy, this video message, I can't believe we have a message from this person. I'm like kind of shocked. It's flustering me a bit. It's fucking Master Chief from Halo sent us a video message.
Okay.
Oh my God, dude. I gotta tell you about this. I've been laughing my ass off all morning thinking about this because it'd just be so fucking hilarious. What if we had sex like we were a boy and a girl, but like we aren't? Wouldn't that be really funny? Wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if you put girly clothes on me and fucking bullied my ass, dude?
I knew this. I was like, I could get a big laugh out of Will after pulling this off on him. So, buddy, I am going to do a quick check. We're good. We've got our voicemails and emails covered. I think that does it for 500.
It's like an interaction between Logan Paul and Mr. Beast. Oh, wouldn't that just be so fucking funny?
Now that is a mental image, buddy. that generates a fucking mental landscape for the audio only people.
I don't know how else to describe it.
So, buddy, thank you for doing the show with me for 10 years, man.
10 years. Thank you. You could have done this Star Wars podcast with anybody, and I feel lucky that I was the guy that.
No, I couldn't.
You were like, "Could I do this? You want to do this?" It's like, "Fuck yes, I want to do this. Let's go." Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
Well, buddy,
and
you're
especially with me not being
friend.
as knowledgeable as you are about Star Wars. Like, I think
don't feel that way.
It's very kind of you to extend, my stint here at Blue Harvest.
Extend your stint like you're it's
renew my
optional?
contract every season, and I'm grateful.
Stop it. Stop it. Renew your contract. Get out of here. There is no Blue Harvest without you here with me, buddy. I don't know that I expected us to do it for 10 years. I wasn't like, when we started, I wasn't necessarily like, oh, we'll just do this for a little bit. Right.
I honestly did not think that there would be that much Star Wars stuff. Like, I grew up in the Star Wars desert.
Right?
So I was like, maybe one day our Star Wars podcast will evolve into something else that just won't be that much Star Wars. But
that's
damn
still
if it has not provided like the whole time.
I know, man. It just keeps going. And it's sick. I know, you can't please everybody. And I know I'm lucky to be a fan of, I would say the majority, most of the new stuff. But it's so sick that we get so much Star Wars. But that's coming from me. To me, there's not such a thing as too much, right? And I know people don't feel that same way, and that's cool too. But
the
10
fact that
years
we have
ago,
any Star Wars at all, lucky. Yeah.
When we started this, it was like 6-7 months before The Force Awakens came out. Just think of everything we've gotten to see, everybody we've gotten to meet and hang out with. It's sick. And I couldn't be happier that Star Wars is back. And I thank you for devoting the time and like, listen, one of the coolest things to come out of this, like, the journey of the 10 years is now you're like a dad with a lovely family. Your kids are great. And like, it doesn't go unnoticed that you still make time every week, buddy. And I really appreciate that.
Dude, they would have to fight me for this time. Like I will. I'll throw a child in bed so fast to come do this.
Well,
it's the highlight of my week.
So also to everybody that came by the stream, everybody that listens every week, everybody that's ever listened, reviewed, thank you. Most of the guests that have come on the show, thank you. You guys are great, and we love you all. And, well, you know, the normal stuff. Leave us a review, stonecobra.bandcamp.com. Thanks to those dudes for letting us
use their music 10 years.
Take one of their songs and put Star Wars sound effects over it, unchanged since, because that's how banger of a track it is that they let us use.
Didn't need any notes.
Nope, no notes needed. And we'll see you guys next week for episode 501. I'm Halls.
I'm Will.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with all of you.